Welcome to Worthington Home. I'm Chris. So the other day I had a hair appointment in Middletown. It was very early in the morning. It was like 8 a.m. and I usually don't like to get my hair cut that early. However, it was the best we could fit in and it was a bit of a hair emergency, if I'm being honest. So I had my hair appointment and then I was very close to Estate Treasures in Middletown. I hadn't been there in months and my success rate at that store is So I wasn't really sure what to expect. But being in the neighborhood, I figured let's check it out. Let me show you what I found. I like this horse bookend, but there's only the one. And this bison lamp is awesome. It's $40 and very heavy, made of brass. So unique. I was really hopeful that this was Limoges. It looks a lot like my set, but it is a dupe for my Limoges. This was made in Bavaria. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. But I'm trying to be very strict about collecting only pieces made in Limoges, France. But yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. This carriage lamp is interesting, $55. These are little Lenox birds for $20, still in the box. This is such an interesting piece. It's so textural, $25 for this. I've never seen anything quite like it. I'm just curious who made it. This was made in Portugal. Really interesting piece. This is a very cute set as well. And this is made in Ireland. The set is $15, it looks like. And this whole set of blue and white is $199. Blue Amari. This is a very pretty painted piece for $25, made in Japan. It's a little steep. These blue and white plates are really pretty. I like the castle in the background. And they're made in England. $10 each is too steep for resale for me. This is another pretty set. $1.50 for this plate, which is a great price. And this is Empress China, made in Japan, Normandy pattern. These are also very pretty plates. I love the details around the rim, $3. And this is J&G Meakin, made in England. I want to get a better look at this plate. It's very pretty. I like the design on it. And this is fine china, made in Japan. Cute set, $45 for 21 pieces. False craft, keep America beautiful. Well, that seems like good advice. These are very cute little Stengel plates, but they look like they're missing their teacups. This is beautiful, and this looks exactly like my set of Limoges. This is a $3 handled plate, and this is the real deal. Excuse my fingernails. I've been gardening without my gloves on. And here is a room that's just full of bits and pieces, but I have to say it's a little bit more cleared out than the last time I was here. And I'm not seeing anything that is just flat out damaged or junky as I've seen in the past. This is all usable stuff. I didn't stop to get a lot of prices on this, but I can definitely see some pieces that people could use in their homes. And here is just a big old stack of creamers and sugars and salt and pepper shakers. I don't know why that shelf full of things makes me so happy, but it does. I'm just checking out what's on this shelf. That little cake carrier was interesting. And we've got some covered dishes here. Last time I was here, I found a very pretty Limoges soup tureen, so I just want to make sure I'm checking out everything. This is unusual. Such an odd shape. Looks like it's got some damage to it. This looks like it matches that covered dish I saw before. Yep, that's a really interesting basket. Yep, same brand. Interesting piece, and there's a little copper kettle. I think they wanted like $45 for that. There's some interesting gravy boats and sauce boats. It's kind of a cute piece, $3. There's some damage around the rim, or not damage, just some paint loss around the rim, made in Austria, $3. Lots of interesting little plates to check out back here. Unfortunately, some of them are just not in very good condition. This is unusual, 75 cents. I can't read the back stamp on that, it's too faded out. And this is definitely a Limoges plate, but it is not in good shape, unfortunately. See, you can see the cracks in that. I wish it was in better shape. I would snag it. This is an interesting plate. And it's Lenox, but I'm worried about the condition of it. Oh, and here's another one of those Limoges France plates. Do you see the cracks in the glaze? Here's a pretty plate as well for $3. Yeah, let's take a closer look at this Lenox plate. You see it's missing the details that should be there. Not around the rim, but this like center rim area is missing some of its silvering. Yeah, I don't think I can take a chance on this. I think too much damage. Okay, we're gonna move away from the porcelain for a minute. We're gonna go through this little back corridor. Wow, this lady is scary. She would be good in a haunted house, I think. And we're gonna go up the stairs to the second floor, past this very pretty mirror. Walker, I know where you can find some. That's quite a stash. This room is so fun to look through. Check out this old photograph. It is so damaged and kind of creepy. Let me see what the price is. $150 on this. Wow. Even the frame is pretty damaged, although I bet it was a great piece in its day. This is cracking me up. This kind of light fixture was in every single bedroom in the house I grew up in. We lived in a ranch that was built in the 50s. These are interesting, like little angels or cherubs or something on these lamps. They would definitely make quite a statement. This room is huge and full of Christmas decor and some related things. It's not entirely Christmas, but that is mostly what it is. You can see there's lots of little figurines on this table, like this little guy who's reminding me kind of Howdy Doody for $1. This is also very interesting with the lid for $1, unmarked. It's a whole table to go through here. We had these books when I was a kid and I absolutely loved them. I think we read them till they just fell apart. I always like to look for the little worm character on these pages. These are really fun and bring me back. There's a lot of containers here. I wish this one was in better condition because I really like it. I like the strawberries on it. And it was made in England, but you can see where it's starting to pull apart on the sides. And there's some others, but that one was definitely my favorite. I like these plates, but there is so much crazing. $3 for this plate. It is pretty though. Adams, made in England, old colonial. Yeah, very pretty. If it was a little less money, I'd take a chance, but that much crazing scares me. Okay, now we're gonna go up to the third floor and see what they have. This is my favorite space in the building. This section of the store is fascinating to me. I absolutely love the space, the wide open floor plan, the huge windows, the view outside, the old floorboards, the vintage ceiling, and of course, the strong sense of history. Can't you just imagine rows of factory workers busily laboring in this huge room? I also have a deep appreciation for vintage and especially antique chairs, and there are definitely some good ones here. And while I appreciate the effect of a large room full of chairs with untapped potential, I suspect it's very unlikely that these are going to sell, certainly not at the current prices. Let me kind of explain what I mean. First and foremost, these chairs are almost all in some state of disrepair, which of course is very common for old chairs. I'm highlighting some of the better ones in this video footage. Some of them have damaged frames, but almost all of them have damaged, worn, or just outdated upholstery, caning, brushing, or wicker. Fixing these issues takes the right person with a specific skill set, some free time, and a bit of money, and even more money if they plan to have the piece professionally done. Upholstery in particular can be very expensive, especially if you want to select fabric that's fairly true to the original period. No one is going to take on this kind of project unless they purchase the chair for a low as-is price. Second, the chairs are just not worth what they're asking for in this current market. Back when I started collecting antique furniture, like in the early 1990s, these prices would have made total sense. There was a really strong market back then. The market for them has really dropped since then, which I personally think is unfortunate because it reflects less consumer or collector interest in them. And I always feel sad when people lose interest in old, interesting objects, and especially furniture. Although the market can swing back around, and hopefully it will in the future, right now, no, these prices don't really work. Personally, though, I want to give this store a shout out for not just throwing these chairs away, because I think most sellers wouldn't even take the time to try to sell most of them. They can be made beautiful again, and in my opinion, they're worth saving. But, unless Estate Treasures likes the effect of a room full of unsold chairs in rough shape, and as I said, it's a kind of dramatic, interesting look, they would need to cut these prices by about a third to a fourth of the current asking price. And that's, for them to decide, of course. I'm just an interested observer. But also, as a reseller, I think it's always wise to move your inventory. If it's not moving, it's good to reconsider the pricing strategy. And of course, another option is to hold a sale specific to chairs in an effort to clear out some of this inventory. Just my opinion, of course. No one died and made me the queen of antique chairs, at least not that I'm aware of. But if the title is up for grabs, I hope I'll be considered. This is such a fun view. I don't know if you can tell, that little red building out in the distance is an amazing breakfast and lunch place that I like a lot. And here's another wide shot. Let's give this banister some appreciation before we go. It is beautiful. Just take a quick look back up the stairs. How many people have walked up and down these stairs over the last century? All right, it's time to move on to our next stop. I think we might check out Goodwill in Middletown. Let's see what they have back here. This is interesting, $5.99. It's not marked, but I do like the pattern on this. No, is that like a little quiche plate? Not sure. Something to think about. This is an interesting little piece as well that's also not marked. And this is a very heavy tray or platter in this interesting basket weave color. Lots of utensil scratches on this, and it was made in Portugal, $4.99. This is a really pretty jar or canister made in Italy, $1.99. That's very pretty. This teapot's really nice as well. I like the flowers on it. I wonder who made this. Ah, it's a music box. I did not see that coming. There's a little creamer. This is a pretty like porcelain flower arrangement. I'm not seeing really too many chips on this. I wonder who made it. It's not marked and it is heavy. $2.99 on these teacups and saucers. These little bowls are $1.99, false craft. This little bowl is $1.99, hand-painted underglaze, made in the USA, very cheerful. Oh, cute little bunny. This bowl is $1.99, Gibson. And this one, pretty pattern on that, Thomas Pottery, China. These have a lot of interesting details, $1.99. This set is Casa Fina, made in Portugal. I'm seeing so many pieces today that were made in Portugal. This is really pretty as well, $3.99. The sticker is covering up the back stamp. And we have another teapot here, made in China. This lamp is really nice. The shade is even in good shape, although it's quite faded, but I love the hunting scene. $7.99. It's made by Falsgraf. Here's a wide shot of the store so you can get a sense of the space. They have tons of clothes, and I have to say the store is very clean and organized. And you can see those bins have rolled out, always a good sign. But now it's time to head home. And this is what I see when I walk in the door. Little Iris in a box. Tell me she's not the cutest thing ever. My overall impressions of the store was that it was much improved from the last time I was there. It was much more organized. They did not have as much like true junky furniture as they used to. It was really cleared out, and that made such a difference. It just felt much more organized, much smoother run. I actually spoke to someone who works there. Her name is Alicia. boy, do I wish I had her energy. She's clearly a go-getter. She told me that the owners were relatively new. They've owned the store for only about a year. So when I was there last, they wouldn't have had it very long at that point. And she talked to me about the various ways they're giving back to the community, how they're especially supporting the homeless, the good deeds that they're doing in general. I found that very impressive. They have I'm not gonna say the term correctly because I don't remember, but they have some kind of a club membership or something where if you sign up for their updates, you get so many points, and when you get so many points, you get a discount on things. And she shared a variety of other ideas that they're in the process of exploring, but I definitely think they're on the right track. Oh, and she also said that they're going to be inviting the space up to outside vendors, so people could maybe like rent space or rent booths or something. I think that's a great idea. I mean, that was definitely my suggestions in my video last time. The improvements were, as I said, very noticeable, not subtle, and I definitely think they're on the right track. So I was really happy about that, and I did pick up some really fun things. So I want to show you everything I got. We did a bundle deal, so it was $50 for everything. So you're going to see some individual price tags perhaps, but it was $50 in total. So with that in mind, I will show you the first thing I got, which I love, which is this beautiful Limoges cake plate. There is the back stamp, and I love this pattern. It is very similar to some of the dinner plates and luncheon plates that I already have, and I also really love the gold handle. So this is definitely going into the Limoges cabinet, which is filling up rather impressively in such a short period of time, may I say. Oh, and another Limoges piece, that I picked up. Oh, let me just say, just for a point of reference, this Limoges plate was $3. Again, it was all bundled, but just so you get a sense of what to expect if you decide to go shopping there. This beautiful little Limoges sauce boat with an underplate that's attached was $4 priced, and it's not in perfect condition. There's some wear on the rim, but I think it's a beautiful piece. And we are, by the way, ignoring the poison sumac on my chest. so let's not look at that or think about that. It's actually too itchy for me to wear a necklace right now, so I'm doing my best. Yeah, here's the Limoges back stamp. And yeah, this one's PL Limoges France, so I'm not sure of the exact maker. I have 2 books on Limoges France porcelain pieces that I have not read yet. They've been on my stand forever. One of these days I'm gonna get to it, and then I'm gonna know a whole lot more about pieces made in Limoges France. But for today, the best I can do is to say, this is a beautiful sauce boat. The sauce boat, by the way, will end up on my eBay store, but not the cake plate, which I'm keeping. I also found one more piece of Limoges. Hold on, I'll get it. Okay, this is a covered serving bowl. I think this is really beautiful. It needs to be washed. I haven't washed anything. It's not in perfect condition, but it is a really pretty piece. And it was marked $9, but again, it was a bundle. And here is the top. I really love it. Like I said, not perfect condition, but I would say good condition. And it's a piece with a lot of personality. So as usual, I'll show you everything on the table after I kind of talk about it so you can get a better look. I know it's hard sometimes with the glare on my camera. So I was excited about that piece. Then I found this great George Briard divided tray, divided serving piece. I'm not sure exactly what this is called, but it is really cool, and it is signed by George Briard. This was $10 marked, and there are no chips. Every time I have seen this piece out in the wild, there's been chips or cracks in the corner, and this is pristine. I have just never found it that way in the wild before. So this is going on my eBay store. Oh, and by the way, so is the Limoges covered bowl that I just showed you. But I thought that was really interesting. And I picked up this book that I need to read. very carefully called The Antiques Investigator. So this is Tips and Tricks to Help You Find the Real Deal by Judith Miller. It's a beautiful book, and I'm really excited to delve into it. This and the Limoges books. I'm so busy. I love to read. I absolutely love to read, and I love research, but there's only so many hours in the day. So this gives you all kinds of interesting information and also some more precise terminology, which I would love to have. I always do my best, and I am always, very quick to say I'm not an expert. I am learning, but a great way to learn is by reading reference books like this. So I'm looking forward to this very much. Okay, I found this set of plates that I thought were really, really pretty. They were $2 each. These are dinner plates. Here is the back stamp, J&G Meakin. These were made in England. They have lots of crazing on them. So I got 2 dinner plates for $2 each. And then I bought some luncheon or salad plates for $2 each. One of them is not in good condition. No, I guess these aren't the ones. There's another piece that's not in good condition. And then here are soup bowls that were $2 a piece. One of these pieces is really in poor condition. Let's see, which one is it? Here it is. Look at all of the paint loss on this. This one's really not great. But anyway, I will throw that in with the collection and just make sure I have lots of pictures and lots of descriptions, and I will price it fairly, given that the condition is not uniformly excellent. And as I said, there is crazing in all of these pieces. I think they are on the old side. And all of these will be going on my eBay store. I also managed to pick up a sad friend. So I really liked this platter a lot. It was marked $3, but there's a chip. God, do I hate it when I do that. Anyway, I was in too much of a hurry. This is a beautiful Limoges platter for $3, but it has this chip. So I don't know. Will I list it and just highlight the chip? Will I just kind of toss this one? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think I should list this, or do you think I should just get rid of it? It seems too pretty to just toss, and maybe somebody could do something to disguise that. I'm certainly not going to, because that would seem dishonest. I don't want to try to mask a problem in a piece. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just list it and be really transparent about that. But yeah, I hate it when I do stuff like that. While I'm down by the table, let me just give you a better look. This is so dirty, but better look at the cake plate. I love these little roses. And here's a better look at the back stamp. And let me give you a better look at the sauce boat. Aren't those flowers so pretty? I love them. And here is the back stamp. And here is the covered dish. I think this is really, really beautiful, actually. There it is. And here is the back stamp. And here is the book. I don't think you need too much information about that. And here is the George Briard piece. I really, really love. I've always been a big fan of this pattern. I think it's so fun and so 60s. And there's the little signature. So that's it for that store. Anyway, after I went to Estate Treasures, I decided to go to Goodwill in Middletown. It's just, again, so close by. I figured let's just take a peek. And I found a couple of really interesting things. Starting with, this was the first thing I found, these 2 little Limoges bread and butter plates in my absolutely favorite pattern, this pink rose pattern. This is my absolute favorite. I know, I have a Limoges France issue. These are Theodore Haviland Limoges plates. And it's really funny because when I was a kid, my mother inherited my great aunt's platter that was this pattern. And she had actually bought it on a trip to France. And I always grew up with that in the dining room. It was one of my favorite things. I eventually inherited that plate/platter, and sadly it broke. But my love of that pattern has never left me. This one little bread and butter has a teeny tiny flea bite, which I noticed in the store, and I'm happy to overlook because I'm more interested in the display of this. And of course, as I find better pieces, I can always trade up. So I love those. I think they're beautiful. I also found in a completely different kind of genre, I bought this rolling pin with traces of faint green paint and these excellent peaches on this. Isn't it so cute? I don't know. I just really liked it. I don't know. Are these transfers? They sort of have like a painted quality. Yeah, I don't know. I know you can do a lot of really cool things with transfers, so I don't have a problem if they are transfers, but they also have kind of a painted look. I don't know. I'm going to show you a close-up of it after this, and you can tell me what you think, but I'm not sure if I'm keeping this or putting it on my store. I might keep it for a while and then decide. I'm so bad about letting things go. As an aside, oh no, one of my asides, I recently have had to let go of a few things that I really like. I let go of 2 Julia Child's cookbooks in almost perfect condition. They sold so fast, and I'm thrilled for the sale. But I definitely was like, oh, should I have kept them? You know, you can't keep it all. So I'm like, they're gonna go. I just sold a stack of Limoges salad plates that have some pretty pink roses on them, but not the pink roses that I prefer. But they are really beautiful, so I'm letting those go. And the beautiful, if you saw a few vlogs ago when I went to New Hampshire to visit my son, and I bought these beautiful plates that had like a blue and white pattern basket with flowers in them. Those sold as well, and I made a really nice profit, so I was very happy with it. And actually the person who bought it still got a really good deal, because if you can even find them in the wild, which is very hard to do, they're quite expensive. But they were so beautiful. But again, you know, I have sets of porcelain. I don't need more. And I'm in the selling business, not the hoarding business. Sometimes, you know, that line gets blurry. But yeah, definitely sometimes hard to say goodbye to some of these pieces. I do think I'm getting better at it though. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Not on the poison sumac, just on the back. I also picked up this tray. This is from Yankee Candle, actually. And I didn't see a great pattern of selling on eBay for this piece, but I liked it. It's just made in China, but I love Yankee Candle. And I thought the pattern on this was really sweet. I'll give you a better look at it in just a moment. I also picked up 3 of these blue and white onion plates. These are called Blue Nordic. They are by Meakin, made in England. So there's 3 of these. And they're really nice. They're in pretty good condition. I mean, definitely older, definitely some wear on them. That's okay. But these were really attractive, and these will be going on my store. They were $1.99 each for the plates. I forgot to mention that Yankee Candle tray was $2.99. The rolling pin was $3.99, so maybe a little bit much, but it was so unique. And then the little Limoges bread and butter plates were 99 cents each. So that's what I've shown you so far. And then I found something really interesting. So I found a lamp, and I have not picked up a lamp that I purchased for the purposes of reselling it, but this lamp comped really well. So this is the lamp. It's got a hunting scene on it, as you can see. It's got a really nice wooden base. The shade is really faded out and not in great shape. So I think I'm actually gonna sell this without the shade. And this lamp was made by Falscraft, which I didn't know they even made lamps. So that was new learning for me. These seem to sell for around 120 on eBay, and I think without the shade, I should be able to ship this okay. So this is gonna go on my eBay store. It might even be on my eBay store by the time this video comes out, but I thought it was a really great piece. It is pristine, and the scene is awesome. So I'm gonna give you a better look in just a second. Here is a better look at the lamp. You can see the pretty base, and I like the green stripes in it. Actually, I think I can do even better. I think if I lay this down, you might see it even better. Does that help? Yeah, maybe it doesn't make a difference. It is a great little hunting scene. And again, as I said, I love the green stripes in this. I think they look really nice. And I will show you the mark. Here it is. Falscraft USA. There's a little bit of scratching back here. Here is the plug. And as I said, the shade is really faded out and kind of outdated looking, so I don't really have a problem separating them. Oh, and there's also, of course, a finial, which I will keep with the lamp, of course, just very basic. But yeah, good to have all the parts. Here's a better look at the Yankee Candle tray I was telling you about. Look at the little cows and the sheep. I think that's just so cute. I love the images on this. And I guess, I don't know, would you just put your candles on it? I mean, it's from Yankee Candle. I can't imagine that you're gonna like put your pizza on it. I don't know, but I thought that was pretty. I'm hoping somebody likes this. And here are the plates. Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking, I don't think I told you how much I paid for the lamp. $7.99. Okay, back to the plates. Here are the plates. And here is the back stamp. So those are really nice. Here is a close-up of the rolling pin. See, this looks painted, but the peaches are so perfect. Again, I wonder if they're transfers. I don't have a lot of experience with transfers, so I'm not really sure. And here are the pretty little plates from Limoges, France that I love, including, here's another look at the little flea bite in that plate. But again, I'm all right with it, and it's just for me. So I am really excited because I just found out this cake plate exactly matches the luncheon plates and dinner plates that I had picked up previously at that awesome tag sale in Higganum. So another piece of the set, which is fantastic. So I just need to figure out where it's going in this cabinet. I think I'm gonna move the piece in the middle because that is gorgeous, but not Limoges, not made in Limoges. And I think I'm gonna put the little bread and butter plates maybe under this stack. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do some editing. I love this bowl so much. It definitely doesn't match with anything else, but once the cats are less destructive, I will probably move that into some other part of the house. I could also sell this teacup with the gold tones in it. And at some point, I'm gonna need to part with that green divided plate. But is that day today? I just don't know. Okay, I just made the swap and put this new cake plate into the cupboard. And the one that was there is now behind this little stack. Now it's kind of crowded back there, but I do like how it hides all of the dark wood because I think that dark wood is kind of boring to look at. And I did put the little bread and butter plates underneath this stack of teacups and saucers. So that's what I've got going on for right now. Okay, I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna have to part with this guy. I love this piece so much, but the green matches nothing else that I'm collecting. And I promised I was going to ruthlessly edit the pieces in my little Limoges cabinet. And this is a beauty, but doesn't match. So I think this is gonna go on my eBay store. We'll see. So I just popped this rolling pin down on the first shelf of the hutch, just for now. I don't know if it's gonna stay there or not, but I think it's kind of cute. And it goes with my theme. It's the theme of unbreakable. And in this house, that is a very good thing. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It was a lot of fun to make it, as always. I always enjoy thrifting, and I enjoy showing you the haul and how I'm gonna use the pieces that I keep. Of course, I try not to keep too many, but you know, again, I'm working on letting it go. Isn't there like a whole Disney song about that? Maybe that should become the soundtrack of my life. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I also hope to see you next time. Bye for now.